Sorry, Mike. Sorry.
Oh my God! Welcome to Arsenal above all. We've done it. We've done it, Steve. We've done it. 20 years. 20 years is a damn long time. 20 years ago, I'm sure a lot has happened to us. We're proud dads. That was a long way off at the time. 20 years ago. Look at us now. And yeah, we're in the Champions League final. The Arsenal boys did it. And how what a titanic effort from everyone involved and everything that we've gone through for the last 4 seasons. Especially since we turned it around and started challenging, is all worthwhile for us to get to the big show. In a few weeks' time. Steve, how you doing? Steve joins me tonight. How you doing, Steve? How you feeling?
To put it in drum and bass terms, Mike, this is a shout out to my brother. To put it in drum and bass terms, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We are now ready for takeoff, so please fasten your seatbelts. Come on, bro. Come on. This was hectic. This was absolutely hectic.
Oh my God.
We were, you know what? I wanted it. We wanted it tonight.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
That was it. I'll let you carry on, but yeah, we are ready for takeoff, Ruff. We are so ready for takeoff.
Yeah, amazing. No. Thanks for joining us tonight for a quick recap on what we've just witnessed. The coverage is still going on, all the interviews and everything. I'm sure we'll catch up with that in a short while. But a special night. A really special night. Let's go to the chat. How you doing, Mac? Yeah, Mac's 20 years of her. Yeah, 20 years, man. A long time, and still not got over Paris. So let's hope we can, exercise some demons when we, in a few weeks' time. So thanks for joining us tonight, Chris. Love this. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, absolutely love this club, man. Put us through it, but goddamn. Max says fair play to Arteta for being self-critical and change our text. Yeah, and great stuff that he said tonight as well about how he went to the players and said, "Look, I'm going to keep the same team," and how the players accepted it and went on. And get the ball up to Victor. Let's get into it, Steve. That's the trophy was there today, and if we needed any further motivation, and Arsenal winning, going through to the Champions League final with another clean sheet, and this guy who played in Arteta's first game, Boxing Day, was it 2019 when he, Martinelli and ESR, was it against Chelsea, or I think it wasn't it when and turned it around, and he was the guy that scored the goal that sent us through. I don't know what more you can say about him for him to come back and do what he's done, and he's going to carry us over the line, it looks like. But let's get into the lineup as it was against Fulham. Was you any surprises there? I kind of thought that Zubimendi would come in just for the security that he's got. But what did that tell you, especially Calafiori as well on the left? What were your thoughts when you saw that lineup?
Yeah, I mean, I did think the Lewis Skelly thing did surprise me. I thought, like I said it in the last show, Mike. I thought Zubimendi would come in because I didn't think Arteta would be fair play to him. Like fair play to Arteta, he went, no, hold on, the balance is right. Because I talked about it. We talked about it in the last show, and I said, look, that balance of Rice in the 6, Lewis Skelly on that left 8, and it's proper balance. Unlike with Zubimendi, but I thought I thought he'd revert back to Zubimendi in that position. So fair play to him for actually sticking with that same team. Yeah, Calafiori again. People we sort of ummed and ahed about whether it be Calafiori and Hankepe. It wouldn't have made a difference. Both are very, very solid. Both offer two totally different types of football. So I think that was probably the only one that we could sort of go, maybe. I did think Martinelli would start.
Yeah, I kind of thought that as well. I definitely thought. I think I messaged. I said that he's going to come on in the second half and maybe come with a dagger. Get the break or something, and he went with Madueke, and obviously we'll talk about him in a little bit, him and Odegaard. But yeah, I just thought it was great that he went out with that lineup, because it was just like, okay, you liked what you saw, and it sets the right message that we're going to kind of be on the front foot. And yeah, it was pretty cagey in the first half, as you expect it to be, in the second leg. And fair play to Atletico. They were very streetwise, kind of reverted back to the old sort of the old ways, the defensive ways. They were set up, really deep block and everything, winning a lot of cheap free kicks and everything like that. And obviously Simeone doing his usual maniac, lunatic sort of cosplay that he does on the touchline. Mental stuff. But then, as we did against Fulham, scored a goal just before half time to put it to bed. We scored the goal from Bukayo Saka. I don't know what more you can say about him. He's kind of writing, obviously he's writing his own story, and he mentioned that in his post match comments, from the fact that he played his first game, and who else was it going to be that was going to take us to Budapest. But what can you say about him? He came off just after the hour, didn't he, as well? So obviously still working his way back in. But that's got 2 goals in his last 2 games, now as well. He's boosting his numbers right at the end of the season, which is great. But yeah, is it going to be a fight between him and Odegaard to lift the trophy? If he can think ahead, do you think he's going to want to do it, or they're going to both do it together?
I think, look, no offense to any other Arsenal player that we've got, and I love our team, Mike. He is our boy. Like he is Arsenal. He is us. What he's been through in his short career so far, he's only 24, 25.
Yeah.
What he's been through, from the Euros and getting that abuse, to coming back, to taking over the mantle of going, look, I still need someone to be that guy, and I'm going to be that guy. Like, you don't hear that from players so often. You hear players say that they want to be the best that they can, and that obviously you've got players that are very confident in themselves and stuff like that. But he said, "I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to bring happiness and joy back to Arsenal," and he does it with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
And because, like I said, even like I said, I know at certain points it seems people have gone, like myself included, he's like, he hasn't been the same, but he's still, like I said, for me, he's still that guy. Like I said, when you watch him play, the movements, right? So when him and Ben White were linking up today, is you saw it, like that sort of telepathy. That's why I said that Ben White would start, and Ben White is still Ben White, Benny Blanco, right, my guy. They still had it. Like, do you know what I mean? They still had that connection. Like, there was a time when Saka faked to come to receive the ball, and then faked to actually go in, and then went into the run, and Ben played him in, and he put the cross in and stuff like that. And you just go, yeah, that's what he does. It's that decision making in that final third that he does so consistently well, over and over and over again. It's the right.
Yeah, it's a difference. That's the difference between him and anyone else in our attack. He just makes the right decisions all the time, and sadly, you see that when someone like Madueke comes on, and again, really disappointed with what he was doing, just continue making the wrong decision all the time, and it's so glaring when you see it. But yeah, that's I think that's Bukayo Saka's superpower, really. People say, oh, he's not got many tricks and he's not got explosive pace and what have you. It's his decision making. It's elite. It's right up there at the very top. So if he can just keep getting incrementally stronger and sharper, as we've got 4 games to go, damn, if he gets to that final, and let's hope he's able to absolutely put on a super show, and the rest will come hopefully. Max said it'll be a brave decision on team selection, but finally the penny has dropped to to pick the team on full, yes, and Miles in midfield is like a new player. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. We'll talk on Miles in a second as well. He said Saka's looked sharp when he's returned, and when he started scoring, he's guaranteed to start producing again. There's something about the armband which he relishes. Yeah, and I think you could see in his eyes tonight, and a lot of the players, they knew this was it. And when you look at the start of the game, the tifo and everything, and that was amazing to see. That was really impressive. I liked how they did the ships, the ships with the crest of the other clubs that we've beaten along the way, and our one up the front. So that was really imaginative and clever. Be interesting to see what they're going to do in Budapest, because I'm sure that they'll do one. I'm sure whoever is on the other side at the other end will do the same. But yeah, just we're still trying to take it in. Still trying to see what's going on behind me, and just fantastic. Let's talk about Victor Gyökeres, because if you want to, he's had so much stick, and we know that, and it just seems that the penny has dropped, as Max said about Saka, about Arteta. The penny has dropped in terms of how to play, to use this guy. And I thought Eze had a bit of a quiet game. I think the game passed him by a little bit. But Victor Gyökeres tonight was just, as Arteta said, he was absolutely immense. What's your thoughts on his performance tonight, Steve, and just what he gave us up top?
Yeah, again, for the second game in a row, that was a 10 out of 10 performance, wasn't it? I mean, he did everything tonight. He kept the defenders occupied. He chased every ball. He closed down. He linked up play. He drew fouls. He created chaos. Everything about him tonight was absolutely immense. Look, when we talk about players joining, everybody was expecting us to go, right, well, Victor Gyökeres is going to come in. He didn't have a pre-season. We've all discussed this. So I'm repeating myself, because we need to make sure that the message is clear and concise when we put it out to other people that are listening that are not necessarily Arsenal fans. He didn't have a pre-season with the team, sort of thing. He met up and joined up quite late. Those pre-seasons, the reason why they're so important, the reason why the reason why managers themselves want those players in early doors, is so that they can build that rapport, they can work out how it is. Like I said, we've played with Havertz, who's not a natural striker. We played with Jesus, who's not a natural striker. We played with Marino, who's not a natural striker. So finding those margins to get the ball to him was always going to take time. When we look at both, maybe not Jesus, but when we look at Havertz, for example, it was after Christmas when he actually started doing well for us, and then it became because he was playing in that striker role. So it takes a bit of time to get used to. He has come on, and yes, you can say, people can say, oh, there's some moments where he was sulking with Saka and this, that, and the other. Yeah, it's because he's going, I'm doing my bit, and they're going, yeah, but we're not used to you doing your bit. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just a miscommunication thing. It takes time to establish that. As we've seen, I said, the last couple of games, and what we'll see definitely next season is that connection will definitely be there, and then there'll be more goals.
Yeah.
His performance tonight epitomised the whole team. That starting 11 for me was pretty much a 10 out of 10 performance. Yes, we can say, oh, maybe Eze wasn't on it, but again, it's presence. It's that presence. It's that retention of the ball.
Yeah,
was always there. It's like, do you know what I mean? We're hoping for a moment of brilliance, a moment of wow, but at the same time, we also need to make sure that we're keeping hold of that ball. And he done that relatively well. So yes, Gyökeres for me was probably my man of the match. I thought he just, like I said, even in the 84th, 86th minute, and we had the ball, and then like it went all the way back to their goalkeeper, and he basically just chased it down all the way. And he just sort of go, that's got to take some lungs, and it's because he wanted it. He didn't want to lose tonight, and that was everyone. That was everyone. Oh, what a performance!
Yeah, just wish he put that chance away. I mean, an incredible cross from Hincapie. I mean,
Yeah,
I almost think he put too much heat on that. I think he fizzed it over too much, and that's why he sort of hit over. But yeah, I just wish he tucked that away, because he if any performance deserved the goal, it was his performance tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely outstanding. I just hope all the people that have given him abuse, and got on his back and saying he's the worst striker and the worst player in the Premier League and all this stuff and what have you, can just shut up now. The guy's a Champions League finalist. He could potentially be a Premier League winner, his first season in a couple of weeks, hopefully, finishing with 20 plus goals already in his debut season. And they've got a Champions League final to play, and who knows, could be the match winner there. So I just hope everyone kind of shuts up on that. He's not good enough aspect. I think you've seen tonight that he is bloody well good enough to play for Arsenal, and leave it as that. But
look at his involvement for the goal, Mike. Like, do you know what I mean? It's his all-round play tonight. His involvement for the goal is, he's got the ball and he's sort of running and he's held it up, and then he's looked up and then he's sort of dug out across. It's gone to Trossard. Trossard's again sort of fake to shoot, wait for the opening.
Yeah,
that's that patience part. He's took the shot, slight deflection on the shot. The goalkeeper saves it, and then Saka's alert. But he's involved. It's I don't like to say it. It's that pre-assist thing, isn't it? It's that. Yeah. Look, he was involved, and that's the point. It's you want your main guys involved in those attacking situations, and they were all involved. The front three were all involved in that goal. So that's all you can ask for.
Yeah. Another clean sheet. Thanks to this guy's heroics, Gabriel. For us, still obviously unbeaten in the competition. It's funny, the same kind of run that we've had. We were unbeaten when we got to the final in 2006 as well. Let's just hope.
How many clean sheets this season?
I don't know how many exactly. I think we've got 30 clean sheets in all competitions. I think the record is still. It came up on that on Amazon, and I think it's 37, and that's a double the 70-71 double winning side. So. A bit of a. I don't think we're not going to get that, obviously, because we haven't got that many games to play, any full games to play. But 30 clean sheets in all competitions, which is insane. But yeah, as you said, outstanding performances from everybody really. Even your boy Ben White, I thought he dug in. There's a couple of times you were thinking, oh Christ, he's one-on-one with someone, but. He dug in. I think everybody dug in, and it was like, this is your chance. You're at home. If you're given this at the start of the season, that you get a chance to progress to the Champions League final. You're playing at home, and the scores are level. You what are you going to do? You've got to take it. You've got to leave everything on the pitch, and we did. And then obviously this was everybody at the time, Miles and everyone. This is basically everyone who affiliated to Arsenal when the final whistle went. When the referee kind of decided to blow it, couldn't hear it, and he didn't sort of make that gesture that he did it. Strange UEFA refereeing performance, as we're kind of used to as well. Kind of 1 minute he's giving everything, and next minute he isn't. There were a couple of scary moments when looking at penalties and stuff like that. And Gabriel, put his body on the line and everything, but. Thankfully, he was okay. Let's have a look. Let's go back into the chat. There's a couple. Got a comment from a City fan. City fan saying, "Well deserved performance from Arsenal. Fair play. Thank you." And he's saying there, "I don't like that my team City did the bottle thing. Fair play. I think a lot of people don't. But that guy's I hope he's happy with his 15 minutes of fame, because." He's going to be infamous once.
I'll say, look, that's a Man City fan saying that. Is look, at the end of the day, look, there's banter and stuff like that, so we kind of get it. Like I said, is the thing that was quite evident was it was all just made up. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I've had this bottle for 2 years, and blah blah blah. Like nobody does that.
Nonsense.
Nobody does that. Why are you keeping an Arsenal bottle for 2 years? Like that's crazy.
Nonsense.
Like I said, but again, you're true football fans, not your social media fans. Let's say, the true football fans will call it out for what it is.
They know it seems everybody. There's obviously what the term grifter is, and it seems like there's people who become Arsenal grifters. I need to pick up a phrase for it. But basically, they're using Arsenal as a ways to either get notoriety or get engagement, as on accounts or what have you, and to get famous. And that's what that guy did. So fair play to him. But like I said, if things go the way we want it to in the next couple of weeks, then everyone's going to get it. I've got receipts, socials and everything. People talking nonsense, talking reckless. And everyone's going to get it. But no, thanks for that. Thanks for this message from Sig VR. Yes, we're in the final. Yeah, trying to take it in. Going to be watching all the footage I can consume in the next couple of hours. Your Chris is a goat. Yeah, he's a beast. He played like an absolute beast tonight. And he's saying, Zane is saying that he thinks Arsenal will win the Premier League. Let's hope so. His brother's an Arsenal fan.
You know what? Just look, to put it into perspective is, I've had fans, like friends that are rival fans from other clubs going, oh, you know what, this is your year. And I said that I've maintained that until it's mathematically confirmed, is anything can happen. Like I said, yesterday's game, I expected City to win it, so I expected us to have to go to West Ham and win it. We still have to go to West Ham and win it, but West Ham are in a situation where they're fighting for their survival, so that's not an easy game. So I said, there's no given. There's no easy game. Burnley. If people go, okay, well, Burnley, you should just turn over, and you go, well, no, because although Burnley are down, there's still pride. Players still have pride in their performance, and if they can cause an upset, then they will cause an upset. And they've got nothing to play for other than pride. Yeah, so that's not an easy game. And then Palace they'll find out on Thursday if they go through to a final or not. But again, they will still be playing for pride. They're not going to want to roll over. So it's not over. It's like I said, it's not over until it's over. And I'm under no illusions about that. And
100%.
Until it's done. Like I won't celebrate. I enjoy the moments, as I've talked about in earlier podcasts on your show, Mike. We're supposed to enjoy moments. That's what football is about. And elite sports is about moments, especially with your team. Whether you're York, and you're in the getting out the National League into League Two to the Premier League. Football is about moments, and you've got to enjoy those moments and have fun with those moments along the way. Otherwise, you won't enjoy it, and you only just see things that you don't enjoy about it. So for now, like I said, we won tonight. That's an enjoyable moment. And then we have to focus again, because West Ham is not going to be an easy game.
Yeah, Rice said it in his interview. He said, he's kind of hard because obviously he said it was all going off in the dressing room. Everyone's going crazy. But then it's like, you've got a massive game again on Sunday. And obviously, yes, City played before us. And I kind of fancy Brentford. I think Brentford have got something. They've got something on the game, just like West Ham have. So it's not like a free hit for them. They know that they want to get a point at least to try and get into Europe. And obviously, then you've got Palace. You're thinking what Palace are going to do. They've got a bit of history against City. They've done well up there. And obviously, if you look at their schedule, it's getting quite stacked. Obviously, with what they've got to play. But yeah, as you said, take it as it comes. But I think it's the Bournemouth game that we probably have to see. Bournemouth will have almost a week, I think, in preparation for that game from their last game. And obviously, City would have played Chelsea in the cup final. So,
West London Blue. West London Blue.
Yeah. West London Blue. Yeah, what state they're in. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic to see. Fantastic to see that they're struggling.
I think City will trash them and do the domestic double in terms of cups. West London Blue are absolutely atrocious, man.
Yeah, and weren't so long that they were in the title race, weren't they? When they got that 1-1 win against us, with 10 men, and big up, Brady, and so it's just funny to see how they're struggling at the moment. Thank you, Gunachik. Yeah, this is our year. Let's hope it is. Let's really hope it is. Let's get something over the line finally. Big up to Brenny. Neil's in the chat. How you doing? Zaid, I'm from Rochdale. Yeah, so they at least they got to the final, Rochdale. So fair play to them of the playoff final after that. I mean, getting 100 points and stuff is ridiculous. Neil's on it. What's he say? He's hungry. You're going to be in Hungary in a couple of weeks. He needs a Burger King. We say now. Come on. Yeah, I'm buzzing, mate. Absolutely buzzing. Tonight will give us the momentum to beat anyone in our way. We don't even need to worry about City. Yeah. I think if I'm manifesting anything, I think we'll win the league, hopefully against Burnley, because I think City will drop points against Brentford, and then we'll beat West Ham, and then as long as we beat Burnley, then in our next game, then it doesn't matter what City do after that, because we'll have too much of a lead. But yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, so what you're thinking of Sunday? As you said, the fact that West Ham got something on it, they have to sort of come out and play. They have to, they can't sit back and really, because obviously, they're behind 2 points behind Tottenham. They need a win, so would that work in our favour? Do you think? What are you thinking on that? And what do we do? How much do we freshen it up?
I don't think we have to freshen it up too much, because we played at home, and players will still be on a high.
Yeah.
Look, when you break it down, I think it's pretty much the same 11 that starts again. I don't think Arteta will want to break it. I think he'll want to try and find some rhythm with that team going into the final couple of games. There's no need to break it. Like I said, we all know he's not one to just like make these massive risks, although he has done in the last 2 games. When fair play to him, he's realised that I can just do whatever I like and hope that it will pan out. I don't think we're going to see too much change. I think we might see Henkape come in for Calafiore at left back.
Yeah.
I think he might try and give Havertz a game. I think Odegaard might start. He wants his captain to be playing. But at the same time, he might just go, you know what, guys, go out there and enjoy it. Like like I said, that team offers the balance that I talked about. But like I said, left back is interchangeable between Calafiore and Henkape. Eze for Odegaard. Like I said, for me, I think Arteta prefers Odegaard because of what he does with that dropping deep. But like I said, because of the balances there on that left 8, that doesn't have to drop so deep. If you see what I mean, and like I said, he's got that high press as well. So, and he'll want him to sort of try and kick on in this final game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think we should have too much for them, and the momentum's there. Again, as you said, we've got 5 days, haven't we, until we play West Ham? So we've only got 1 game a week now until the final. So it's almost like literally they can recover, and then you can play your strongest team, which is the team for the last two matches, and then until we get over the line, and then you can maybe then start rotating, because you've got a massive game at the end of the month. But yeah, I think I would probably go with that again, and then you've got the options with Martinelli and for me, Martinelli would, if anyone has to come on, would be him. I just think Madueke is just, it's just disappointing. When he comes on, he just doesn't make the right decisions. And I think for someone at that level, producing at that level, it's just not good enough. He's just keeps on. He consistently makes the wrong decision. I don't know how you can keep doing that. And again, you've got someone like Saka who continually makes the right decisions, and it just exposes him. And I just don't think you can persist with that. Because when he first started, he was making the right decision. He looked electric, but something.
Right. When he first come, is like I said, as much as I find it frustrating, it's chaos. So when he first come, he was beating a man. We're like, oh, we haven't seen this. Do you know what I mean? It's beating a man. So it looks good. And because we're not used to it, like I said, it's that chaos theory. It's that stuff is happening. He's doing stuff, and it looks great. And you go, yeah, see, this is what our wingers should be doing. And then, like I said, when it's those moments in the game where you just go, it's those fine margins, and you go, right, who do you want in that moment? Who do you want that clutch player to be? Do you want Michael Jordan, or do you want I don't know, someone else? And yeah, you can pick anybody else. And you want Michael Jordan in that clutch moment because you know exactly what you're going to get, and you're going to get that consistency. You're going to get the right choices made. You're going to get the right passes made. You're going to get the right shots made. And that's it. Like I said, Noni has his place in the squad as a bench player. If we can upgrade in that position, fantastic. If we can't, and Arteta wants to give him more moments and more opportunities, so be it. Like I said, it's just chaos, and that chaos can be a good thing. Like I will keep on stressing that chaos can be a good thing, because it does make defenders and fullbacks sort of go, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what he's going to do. And that's the thing. Even if you know what Saka's going to do, you still can't stop it. And that's the crazy thing. Like I know what Saka's going to do. But how can you stop it? Yeah, because I knew I overthought it. Like Stop it. He's like, whatever Saka does, you just can't stop it, because he's making that right decision. He's thought one step ahead. Noni's just gone, right, head down. Let me do what I've got to do. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, there's no one in there. No, because there's no one in there. We go to throw this person forward. Boom, 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 boom. Shoot. What did you shoot for? You had 4 players in the box. Like, do you know what I mean? It's that chaos. It's that chaos thing. So for this season, it's fine. You know, as they said, it's a bit different. But for next season, we'll have to see.
Neil was there tonight. He was at the Emirates, and he was just saying the atmosphere and everything was absolutely insane. He said Gyökeres and Trossard were his man of the matches. He's asked who the man of the match, the official man of the match was. I can't remember. I don't know if they said who it was.
I don't know, actually.
Let's have a look and see if I can just quickly check it out. See who got it.
It's probably Gyökeres, you know.
Oh, Declan Rice got it. Declan Rice got it.
Okay.
Yeah, Declan Rice got it on the website. I thought Gyökeres, he was ridiculous, you know, and I just wish he buried that chance, because he would have got it straight away. But yeah, Rice was quality, but it's getting to the point where when you've got so many players that you could pick who you could say were man of the match, then that just means everyone's did the business, really. And I thought he played well, Rice, but I thought Gyökeres, for what he had to do and the way he was battling, he was absolutely outstanding. Again, I just think the only person that was kind of off it was Eze. I think again kind of passing by a little bit. And yeah, just a couple of worrying moments, obviously with Saliba, you know, with that header when he went through. But it was quite slippery. It's quite slick, wasn't it? It was quite raining a lot. So, you know, so they did well. But yeah, just buzzing, man. I'm just gonna just consume lots of as much Arsenal content as I can now. I'm sure everybody else will, because Arsenal Football Club are there at the big game, Champions League final on the 30th of May against who's your choice, man? Who you want to? Do you want revenge, on Bayern, who have who gave us 2 decades. So it seems to kind of, Neil said in there, in the next 4 matches we could have 20 and 22 years of pain sort of erased. So that's 2 decades, and Bayern Munich have given us some pain in the last 2 decades. And we moved to the Emirates to be at the level of Bayern Munich. So obviously PSG, we've got history with them. Obviously, what they did to us last year. Who would be your choice in the final? Who would you like to face off against, or don't you care?
I think when you get to a final, you don't actually care. Is people like both teams, as attacking wise, both teams are phenomenal going forward. But both are suspects in defence.
Yeah.
So it's. I think we're physically stronger than both teams. That's not me saying that. Oh, we're definitely going to go through a winner. I just think we're physically stronger than both teams.
Yeah.
In terms of like the physical strength of our back four. If you play, like I said, left back, you've got Calafiore or Hencape. Both of them are physically strong, physically fit. In Gabriel and Saliba, you got again 2 very, very good, a ball winner and a Rolls Royce just like cruising that back line. At right back, hopefully, like I said, Ben White now picks himself again, if you see what I mean. And yes, Timber will come back hopefully, but Ben White picks himself because he's now got that consistency and that rhythm back. That understanding with Saka.
But we need Timber back though. I'll be a lot more happier if he can feature maybe at the weekend, maybe the Burnley game at least. I think he needs to be back by the Burnley game at least, so he can get the Palace game in and then get the final. Because I think we do. I think you're right. Ben White's been he's put in some shifts. But I just think in that situation, if you can get Timber back, and then you're pretty much full strength, aren't you? Touch wood, if everyone's.
But then that's the thing. Like I said, it's like, and again, it boils down to that balance, Mike. If that left back, if you got Timber back, then that left back is Hincapié. You've not got, if you got Ben White at right back, then you've got Calafiore. That way, you've got one that does the inverted central midfield, attacker, centre forward, whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? But it's who do you want? It's like it says, it's who do you want. I said, I'm a huge Ben White fan. You know I am, and I think today was a game where, like, if he had a poor game today, I've gone, But like I said, I think he's back to his best, and what he does best is that link up between him and Saka.
Yeah,
that overlap allows Saka to do that better. Timber doesn't do that as well, if you know what I mean.
He doesn't.
He's a better one-on-one defender
than
Ben White, and that's where we would always like to see Timber doing his best work. But that overlap, that connection, that link up between him and Saka, no one does it better than Ben White, and that's why I would say I would start Ben White ahead. But again, I'm there going, I start Ben White ahead, but you can play with one, and you're still going to be.
I think you're right. They obviously got, if he's Bayern, they both got outstanding attacks, but I think they're weak at the back, so we just need to exploit it. It'd be nice to get a set piece, especially imagine him just winning the final with a set piece. That would just rattle people for decades, and that's what we're here for.
Put asterisks next to it.
That's what we're here for. Oh, mate, thank you so much for tonight, Steve. Really appreciate it, and absolutely buzzing, trying to take it all in, and like I said, gonna take in everything that I can, and actually listen to a particular radio station to see what they say and how they dress it up. 5 English players tonight in the Champions League semi-final. You won't hear that much from certain media outlets, but 5 English players in the Champions League semi-final. So credit to the club for that. 2 of them Hale End as well. You know, again, you won't hear 2 academy players in the Champions League semi-final. You won't hear that a lot. So, you know, we'll say it. But no, thank you so much for everyone who's joined us tonight. Steve, thank you so much.
Just to quickly add in that, right?
Yeah.
If we look at the last English clubs to win the Champions League, how many English players did they have in their starting 11? Let's look at Man City, for example. How many do they have in their starting 11? Or like they could say they had Grealish and Foden.
Foden, yeah.
Where are they both now, by the way?
Yeah.
It's not a dig, it's just a fact.
Yeah.
When we look at Chelsea's squad that won it, who do they have? When they last won it, who do they have that was English in their squad?
They have Reece James in there. Was Reece James playing?
Yeah, Reece James, that's about it. No one else. I don't think Chalobah was in there or anything like that. They definitely didn't have anybody in attack that was English. They don't think they had anybody in midfield that was English. Maybe
Mason Mount would have played. Mason Mount started that game.
Yeah,
Mason Mount.
But again, you've got we're going through each club. We're going. That's 2 players. That's 2 players. We've got potentially 5 players that can start in that final.
Yeah.
It's only good for the England squad as we go into the World Cup. In Ben White, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Declan Rice, Eza, and Saka. That's all 5 of those can be starting in the World Cup. That's how.
Yeah. Will be the squad.
But no, the media won't actually pick up on that. They'll just go, Arsenal finally get through to another final. It wasn't easy. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. They'll focus on the negative notes, but we don't care. We're there. We've got something even more fantastic to look forward to, as well as everything else. And we've got obviously a big game to look forward to on Sunday. But thank you, Steve. Thanks everyone in the chat. I'll let everyone go and just enjoy the rest of the evening. Arsenal in the Champions League final are in Hungary, in Budapest, to take on PSG or Bayern Munich. Who cares? Let's do it. Hopefully it's our time. Come on, you Reds.